Hello everyone and welcome back to Adventures of Well, I'm me, and today we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed the Ezio Trilogy for the... Ezio Collection for the PlayStation 4. It's the Ezio Trilogy of games with the prequel short film and I don't know what they've listed it as the end, so Assassin's Creed Lineage and Assassin's Creed Embers, which are just animated short film sort of things, like live action animated. It's weird, so it's like a... I don't know how to explain it. They're just little short films that kind of explain the before and after, or before and during sort of thing for the for Ezio's storyline. Now, see, this is where I sit a little bit on the fence with everything. I don't think that Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, or Revelations were the best Assassin's Creeds out there. I love them. I do. I think they're great. I absolutely love the first Assassin's Creed. And that is my favourite game. I know it's not the best game. I know that Assassin's Creed, just the first one, isn't the best game. But personally, I felt like in terms of playing as an assassin, I got the most out of that, where I was being an assassin. I felt very similar with Assassin's Creed 2, but I felt like you go from the point where Ezio doesn't know anything about the Assassin's Guild to all of a sudden Ezio is an assassin and he's like the greatest assassin. I feel like there's a huge jump between that point. So I liked the fact that Assassin's Creed 1 kind of started you as an assassin and didn't build up to it. And I'm currently playing Assassin's Creed 3, and I like the fact that when you're playing as Connor, you have to like play him at different intervals till he becomes like an assassin. So that's one of my gripes with Assassin's Creed 2. You kind of just... It just made Ezio all of a sudden a great assassin with kind of just a jump in time almost, and I felt like a little bit disconnected when that happened. But I think the mechanics that they brought into the game definitely bettered the game. If I was going to pick one of these as my favourite from the trilogy here, see, I really love the setting of Revelations. I would almost say that's my favourite, except for the fact that the DLC is the worst. So, I love being in Constantinople. I love the aesthetic. The like tower defense thing is a little bit annoying, a little bit frustrating, and not the best. And the DLC, which is like a first-person Desmond Animus jumping thing, ruins the whole experience. So there's, in the game itself, there are 5 levels, I believe, that you have to complete in that first-person format, and then the DLC makes it again, where you do things like that, and I think that was like the worst choice they could have made, doing this first-person thing, because it does not match the rest of the game. And in saying that, when I was playing through this version of it, I decided that I was going to try and platinum every Assassin's Creed game, and then automatically regretted that decision when I got to Revelations. So I platinumed Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. It took me about 3 weeks to get through both of those games and platinum them, so it's about a week and a half each game. Maybe 2 weeks for Brotherhood and a week and a half for Assassin's Creed 2. But I found that Revelations, as much as I want to platinum it, I'm really put off by that DLC aspect. I will probably go back and platinum it just so I can have completed the trilogy and platinumed it, but we'll see how we go with that. So besides that, like gameplay wise, these are great games. I say I used to say that Assassin's Creed 3 was like my favourite for a while there, with the gameplay and all that. Replaying that now, I disagree with it. I actually think that... Well, I don't think either Assassin's Creed 2 itself or Assassin's Creed 3 were the best games. Brotherhood is really well designed. Takes the good parts of Assassin's Creed 2 and adds in the Brotherhood component where you actually get your own assassins to join you. And I thought that was great. Yes, there are things that needed a lot of work on, especially with movement. I found for Assassin's Creed 2, I found sometimes it was just really disjointed when I was trying to climb or running or getting on a horse or something. It was just a little bit too disjointed. And I think they improved a lot of that in some of the games to the point where they actually got too much, they added too much flexibility with it, and that's kind of where we've ended up with Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Assassin's Creed Origins, where it's you don't feel like an assassin at all. I mean, I guess at that point you're not really an assassin, you're more of a mercenary, and I feel like that's where we're going to fail a bit with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I mean, I've pre-ordered that and I'm excited for it. I love Vikings, absolutely love Vikings, but I feel like if it's going to be played just like Odyssey, that I'm not going to enjoy it as much as I possibly could. Out of all the ones that I've played, so I haven't actually played Black Flag, so I'm kind of holding off what my favourite Assassin's Creed will be until I've played the ones that I haven't played. I haven't played Black Flag, I haven't finished Rogue, I haven't finished Unity, and I haven't finished the main story in Odyssey. So I finished Origins, I finished this trilogy, I finished the first one, and I finished 3 before. I've played Rogue, and I've played Unity. I finished Syndicate. So I'm about halfway through. Some of them, I didn't finish Unity. I really struggled playing Unity. I didn't actually play it for that long. And I'm going to go back and correct that now. Because I'm going to play it again. So that one I will play through again. When I played it, it was a little bit buggy still. At least on the PlayStation 4, I was finding some things just wouldn't work properly with the controls. I'm hoping that there was another patch since I played that. Otherwise, I'll just suck it up and play it properly. And Odyssey, I got overwhelmed with Odyssey. The reason why I didn't finish Odyssey was because I was wanting to complete a lot of the missions, and I just felt it was never ending. I felt like every time I got further and further and further in the game, I was making no progress on the story, and when I was making progress on the story, I wasn't doing other things that I wanted to explore. I felt it was too big. I feel like, as frustrating and almost linear the older Assassin's Creed games are, at least you had a storyline to follow, and the extension on top of everything wasn't too crazy. I felt like with Odyssey there was too much to explore and too much to do, and you didn't even have to go to half the places, you just ended up going there for the sake of there was a side mission or something you could do there. I'm looking forward to see what I'll think about that when we revisit it, but until then, look, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations are good games. They're enjoyable. The only downside about playing them on the PlayStation 4 is that when they've done the updated graphics remastering, they've updated Ezio. His model is great. Everyone else looks hideous. So if you can deal with that, definitely a good play to revisit. Just ignore the DLC for Revelations and you'll be fine. But I do recommend it. I love the Assassin's Creed games, so I'd recommend all of them, just for different people. And this is for people that enjoyed that old school Assassin's Creed style of gameplay. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to see more content coming your way. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.